Carson, you want to host?
Nah, you got it.
Or you, Pima?
It's on camera. Don't cut this.
Man. All right, let's go.
Afrique, et malheureusement Afrique sans fric. Oh, naso idée. Yendenika. Mais oui, c'est comme ça. Eh oui.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Now You Know Podcast, NYK Podcast, Carson's Podcast.
You feel me? Nelly's podcast now.
Yeah, clearly.
Come on.
Anyway,
Back to
back. Check us out on Instagram at NYK Podcast, and we are also on Twitter at Now You Know One. I'm here today with my favorite tech gurus, Chef Carl and Nelly Chato. How you guys doing?
I'm doing great.
Mm-hmm.
Who's the tech guru?
The person who said that.
You
great.
know.
I beg, please. I'm not out of this anymore. I'm not in this anymore, so I'm not out of this anymore.
Clearly, you're a tech guru. You're not out of it.
Nah. It's purpose versus intent.
Mm.
You know what I mean? I intended to say something else for a different outcome, but it just didn't work.
Okay. So how are you guys enjoying the Olympics? You guys watching the Olympics?
Yeah, they limited my pay longer and now 100. So yeah.
Who?
The guy from Cameroon now.
The
he didn't
SMA
make it to
guy.
the yeah.
He got to the semifinals and then that was it.
Well, that's not enough now. Well, I used to taking gold.
We are supposed to know what sport.
I mean, people that know, stay over there. IT people. All you need to do is just go and write a code that return me all the Cameroonian athletes and blah 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 and sports done. Simple. Use ChatGPT is there for you. They are 4.0 now.
Speaking of ChatGPT, bro, when I tell you I use that thing for my certification, bro.
I hope your employers aren't listening to this.
Exactly.
How did I use it? How did I use it? They can listen to the one. They will never know how I used it. But all I say is it came in handy. I didn't say anything else. Yeah, bro. I mean, 4.0 is clutch.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have 4.0, you have to go through Google and other stuff.
I think I have a 3.5 there.
Nah. Bro, the beta is
cooking.
Right. I used up most of my searches within like 35 minutes or less. The nature of what I was doing, but you get to after like 24 hours it resets and then you get some more searches. But you can do images on there.
Wait, now. You can do images?
You can do images there.
Chart
with that. Yeah. So you can imagine how handy that came in. Yeah. And it can take off words from any screenshot you might have and identify what's in it and anything. But it's
your phone can, or my phone can do that. I can take a picture and pull words out of it.
I know, but if you're on the computer,
I think all phones can do that now.
Yeah. I'm like I guess.
I mean, but she has a Pixel though. She has a smartphone, so that's why she's talking with us. Her phone waits on hold for her. She doesn't wait on hold like us peasants. Actually, no. Let me say like you peasants, because you feel me. The Pixel gang, right here.
I know, right? I know. Mine is charging somewhere, so
Her phone edits her pictures for her automatically.
That
one's like.
But does it edit in her style?
Wait.
Speaking of editing, you guys know I have a photographic business, right? And it
very, very good. Hey, wait, is this
Tell the story from the beginning.
Yeah, let's. I'm.
No, it's not that one.
Should I start and then you finish?
No, it's not that story.
It's not that one. Okay.
No, it's not that one. It's about editing. Okay. We'll get back to that one and you can tell it. So you guys know I have a photographic business. So the last year there's been a lot of there's been an increase in volume as far as jobs, right? When you take pictures, you have to come and edit. So I think I had events back to back weekend, and I was traveling for, my actual office job. So these people were asking me for their pictures. So I'm like, you know what? Let me see if I can outsource this just one batch for someone to edit. So I went on Fiverr. Someone recommended me to use Fiverr. I went on Fiverr and I sampled a few people. One person looked all right, so I sent him the pictures to edit. Took him about 4 days, and the pictures came back. I was pissed. I mean, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't me, right? So that's the thing. It wasn't bad, but at the same time, I was like, okay, this is not me. So at that moment, I was like, okay. I mean, I gave it the pictures as the guy edited them, right? I because they needed it, but I was like, at the same time, like, this is not me. So at that point, I'm like, this increase in business, but I don't want to change the quality of work by outsourcing this component of it, right? So it's like, okay, I might just have to, you know, do the long nights and do it myself. That way I maintain the quality, right? So that's that's the whole thing about outsourcing. Sometimes you outsource, it can be good, but other times, it's not how you would do it, right? And Cassie wanted to talk about the story so
Wah, wah, wah. Nah,
But
this
just to ask,
good.
right, for outsourcing, just to come back, like, do you plan on ever giving another person a try?
Definitely. I think long term, that's the goal, because once you start doing weddings, like I've done weddings, but it was a partnered wedding, so I did a job with somebody else, and I have one coming up very soon. Obviously, when you have a second shooter, you get those different angles, those different point of views, those different reactions, those critical shots. But as one shooter can do it, but you're definitely gonna miss a few things, right? Versus having two shooters. So I think my long term plan is to definitely have a second person come in, and then also have someone like will be doing video, or maybe I'll learn videography, because people have asked me so many times, do you do video? So long term, that's the plan, but it's just a matter of who, and it's a matter of when.
But tying into that though, why did you even get into photography? Because I don't think we've ever asked you that on here.
I I don't I can't even say how, but everything just began with landscape photography, right? My sister, she gave me a camera to use. I started using it when I would go on, like, when we used to go hiking. I just
Mm-hmm.
take pictures, and then I'm like, these pictures look good, look crisp, and I started getting good reviews. And then one time I did some random person's event, and then they liked the pictures. Next thing you know, I'm buying a camera for 2 grand,
Yeah.
buying a lens for 2.5 grand. So
Because
that's
I
that's
remember
how I
when you
started.
started Dusty Foot, you were mostly traveling, and then you just take pictures of like stuff on your phone and post it. And then, so how did you transition then to like business wise? Like, let me make this.
I think I saw the need for it, and then I also, so one key thing, right, Carson, you notice, for example, when someone takes your picture, right, and you look at it and you're pissed because
Yeah.
you expect a certain
Something.
something, right, and that something isn't there. So when people take my picture, I look at it, I'm just like, someone can take pictures of me, 10 pictures, and there's not a single one that I will even like, right? So I have to delete every single one. So just going to different events, interacting with other photographers. Shout out to Ice Baby. You know, I know she listens to this
Eh,
podcast. And shout out to Kemta, who, he's been helping me out with a lot of,
that my boy.
he's been helping me out a lot. But yeah, it's just, seeing that there is a need for it. And I think where we are right now, most photographers will always come from out of state for a lot of events here, right? So there was that need for a homegrown, home-based photographer. So yeah, I think the dots just align, and here we are today.
But I mean, like you're saying, right? Because it's a fear that I know a lot of people have. It's like even beginning that process. So it's like some people like fear, like, oh, I don't want to start this business because I have a friend that's already doing this. That might cause a friction in a relationship. So like, how did you even navigate that, knowing like, you have friends that are already doing it and you're kind of stepping into their lane a little bit in that sense.
Yeah, I mean that's not one thing that I thought about. Because these people that I just mentioned, I'll reach out to them for ideas, right? And they're very open. So I'm not thinking like, okay, there's already 10 photographers, right? What makes me so special, right? Trust me, there's a lot of money to go around, right? There's a lot of job to go around because you might not be available today and they might be available for that event, right? So for example, this very same lady, she asked me to do an event this Saturday, right? But I'm not available, right? That just shows that, there's no rift between photographers, because if you start thinking about it that way, I don't think you're going to be successful. So you have to use these people to learn from them versus thinking of them as, adversaries.
Gotcha. I mean, the question was more so with them looking at you as an adversary, not really you looking at them.
Oh, I mean,
they might think you're stepping on their toes by, coming in after them in that state.
I mean, I never thought about it that way, to be honest. But at the same time, I'm just doing me. If I get a phone call for an event, I'm not thinking that, oh, I'm not gonna ask, oh, did you call this person before calling me?
Yeah.
They called me, right? Even if they did, they called me as well. So I show up, I do the job, and then I move on.
Very professional.
Mrs. Nelly, don't you have a business as well? How did you venture into that? And tell us more about that.
So the business that I
Oh,
have.
Miss Nelly. Sorry, I said Mrs. Oh, Lord, have mercy. I almost put
One day,
Wait. Am I missing something?
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Am I missing something?
I received in Jesus' name. He prophesied.
Wait, you want a second husband?
Huh?
She said, I receive. I just said you were not, but now
is that what they teach?
It was true.
I mean, more husbands equals more money now. So it makes sense.
Just one.
Wow,
just one. Anyway,
so what's his name then?
What's his name? My business is
she got them on the roster.
Hey, roster is wild.
Revolving door.
Always the quiet ones. Always the quiet ones. Wow.
So
damn, dude.
It's called NS Divisions. So what NS Division is pretty much taking this inheriting the vision of my clients, whoever it may be, and pretty much bringing it to life. So I work on multiple things, from business cards to flyers to banners to pretty much anything that's graphic design. Pretty much I just sit down with them, have a conversation with them, trying to understand their vision, how far they want, whatever it is that they're trying to do to go, and what the color schemes are and everything. And pretty much at the end of the day, I create something and then I send it to them. So one of my clients, by the grace of God, has been down there. So he can, I guess, testify to the work that he has seen, that I've done. I also paint on the side as well. I need to get back to doing that because that's one of my passions as well. I just need to create a studio where I can paint like freely without worrying about paint getting on the wall. So that's what I do.
Is that all you have to say regarding the painting?
I owe Carson a painting that's coming.
And when was this due? In
March 30th.
So I get a discount is what I'm hearing.
I don't know about that. You might get a delivery for free, but yeah.
You heard it here first. I get a discount and free delivery. Nope. Thank you very much for
Oh, and speaking of businesses, right? So one of my English is a very hard language. what I was about to say. Thank God I caught myself. But I have another business that is more of finance, helping people with the businesses. So my good friend here, Chef Carr, came and knocked my door and said he's about to venture into some technical business. And I helped him start up his LLC and register his business with the state. So do you want to shed some light on this business and what we should expect?
Yeah. Thank you, by the way. Always got to support Black businesses and not just say it, but actually do it. And it's funny because Belle, actually, everyone on this call, we've actually talked about this a lot, right? In regards to like my vision, goals, and stuff like that. I know obviously every year me and you chat like plans for the year, goals, and stuff like that. And I was supposed to get this done since like January, February. And here I am waiting till now to get it done. But like they say, better late than never. But decided to create an LLC for a couple of different reasons. It's gonna be called Ascending Minds Consulting, AMC24.com. Probably gonna be the website, blah blah blah, whatever.
No be church, by the way, no be church.
Yeah. I chose Ascending Minds because it's a play on words, right? You want to make sure you're always ascending. Obviously, you want to make sure you keep growing and stuff like that. And Ascending Minds is just essentially like you're gonna elevate your mindset in any way, shape, form, whether it's financially, spiritually, socially, emotionally, etc. It's all about continuously growing up and never taking any setbacks as a failure. Is always going to be a lesson. And the consulting part just allows me for me to do anything with it. Primarily, I just wanted to focus on real estate for now. I do want to purchase another property. Not sure exactly if I want it to be a home or something else, business venture or whatever. I do plan, and it's partially why I even asked you that question, right? I'm probably gonna start emceeing. I'm like to Nelly for being the first person to ever MC their event. I did one more in New York, like shortly after. So I'm just like, it's fun. Why not? Maybe do that from time to time. But before I even get there, I want to more so focus a little bit on public speaking. Just walking to different venues, different schools, doing stuff like that. And then there's gonna be I think I already mentioned the real estate part. And last but not least, but eventually I do want to end up teaching. And I don't know exactly what I want to teach, but I think I want it to be something in relation to public speaking and things like that. Cause it's one of those things that I was very shy. People didn't think I spoke English when I first moved to America for like the first couple of years, to where I'm actively speaking in front of people, not being shy and things like that. Right. And just helping people being able to control their fear and use it to speak publicly and other stuff like that. So that will be the goal for the entirety of everything.
Nice.
Wow, master of many trades, master of ceremony, master of 419, master of real estate.
419 is crazy. That would be a no.
But nah, that's good though. So I mean, I definitely wish you, the best. I hope you have a lot of clients, and of course, make a lot of money because little needs. Yeah, she eats a lot.
Chick-fil-A, no.
Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, she eats a lot. So yeah.
Those boots are not cheap, eh?
No, not at all.
Project Mata is in full effect.
Yes.
If you know, you know.
We'll be doing some 1-2 passes in the backyards.
I'm telling you. I'll bring the cones. Don't worry.
Soon.
But I actually wanted to give a quick shout out to Chelsea. I'm not sure what her IG is, but she's been one of our number one supporters. She's always DMing ideas and different things like that. And so big shout out to Chelsea. Keep it up.
Yeah,
and make sure you study hard at in school.
If she wants to come on the podcast,
when we have a chat topic, we'll include her there. Oh man. But nah, that was vibes though. But speaking of which, like businesses, right? So I don't know, maybe a couple of days ago, like 3 days ago, something like that. I hit a bell and I was just like, "Do you do private shoots?" And Mel was like, "Yeah, of course." So I'm like, "Oh, great," because I had a friend, right, who was planning something for his girlfriend and whatnot, and he wanted to have a photo shoot done for her. So I'm like, "Okay, cool." So I don't even, again, with me, when I'm referring someone, I don't want to ask their rates. I don't want to ask anything. I'll connect you with the person. Y'all two discuss. Don't expect any discount, nothing. It's just that, right? So I connect them. They talk. First off, this man's calling Belner, but Belner doesn't pick up on no numbers. He be in meetings and stuff like that. So I'm just like, bro, text him, tell him what you want. He will respond back. So they finally chat. Whatever, they finish talking. They make a plan for today. Belner texts me a screenshot. He's like, "Yo, this boy doesn't show up by 1:30. I'm gone." And I'm just like, oh, damn, I'm feeling bad. I'm like, since I referred him, I'll go ahead and, call the man. Mind you, they were supposed to meet at 1. He was there since 1. So I call this man. He's not picking up, but I tell Val, like, I'm going to call him. So I was like, why are you calling him? The man left me on red. I go back, I look at the thing. I'm like, damn, this man really left this man on red. So I finally get a hold of him. And the story was this man was 2 hours late for the whole thing. And he's telling us this thing like, yo, he's 2 hours late. That's why I didn't pick up. I was like, whatever, like, moved out, right? And I'm just like, that don't sound right. I'm like, your words is not matching what the screenshot says, bro. Like, what? Like, what is this? Like, and the thing is, like, the screenshot shows red. So it's like, you saw the message. You could have contacted back. You could have said something back. But this man just left him on red. So now I'm just like, how do you sit there and burn bridges like that easily, effortlessly? And then you just, like, the cap after that was just next level. And I'm just laughing, like, now I can't refer you to somebody else. And now if I
we're supposed to
reverse,
meet at 1 o'clock. I got there at 12:52. And I said, I am here. Red. Around 1:06, I sent another message. ETA. Red. So how am I 2 hours late? How am I 2 hours late?
That was rude, though.
Anyway.
That's hilarious. I know it's hilarious.
That's
It's hilarious.
And I stayed because here's the thing, right? Customer service, right, is key. Like all of us, we are in business, right? So customer service is key. So I stayed 30 minutes, because I'm nice. I stayed 30 minutes, not because of the guy, because of the girl, because I was told that her birthday is tomorrow. So I'm like, okay, let me at least stay 30 minutes, and then if she shows up, get her some nice shots so she can post for her birthday. That's why I stayed. Normally, 15 minutes, I'm gone.
Well, so it wasn't because of the referral that you stayed. Because of the day.
It's because of I'm a nice guy. I like to make people happy, But look how he's pinning me instead.
But the funny thing is, there's going to be an event where you'll be taking his picture and send it to him.
Send it to him.
You send it to whoever is going to now.
You'll find the link.
But yeah, you send it. So it's like you're gonna be at his service at some point very soon.
That's fine. But it will not be today.
But like besides this, what's like the worst like story you've had, like obviously like doing business so far?
Like just any of my businesses,
like just in general, like any of them, like the fun, like the worst one you've had to do, or it's like
I think it was it's like very recent. So I had this lady contacting me, and she's a return customer, right? So I was prioritized return customers because they know the quality of work, so they definitely call.
And they'll come back and repair.
Exactly. The very same night, there was another event that I got a call from to go to that event, but I said no because of this one. So she gave me a time, and for photography, you have to come early because you got to take pictures of the venue, the decor, things like that. Because you're not just
the people
supporting your business, you're just trying to promote making sure you capture the good designs of the setup and everything like that. So I get there, the DJ is already there, and there's like nothing is done, right?
There's no setup.
There's no setup. It's still in progress.
Oh no!
And then I'm getting a call from the DJ at the other event asking me where I'm at. And so I'm like,
oh no!
So I'm like, what if I go to that event and I don't come back to this? But I ended up staying.
Oh man!
I ended up staying. But so things like that piss me off because if you give me a time, I'm gonna respect that time. And if I get there and nothing is done, then it's just like, okay, I'm kind of wasting my time. And trust me, the moment I get there, when I start billing. So either way, right? I go and sit in my car, but trust me, I'm billing for that.
Yeah.
For that time.
That makes sense because you're there. So
that's not even the story I wanted to tell. Speaking of stories, speaking of stories, tell me why things are happening on social media.
Oh,
what story? What happened?
Oh man, you know.
So
I know.
I'm sitting in my
know.
I'm sitting in my house, you know. I'm sitting in my house, and the funny thing is,
Lord.
that the day before that thing happened, I was actually working an event hired by the defendants. You know, let me put it that way. let me put it that way. Let me put it that way.
Man.
And you know how I do business is I take half off, and then the other half gets sent to me after I deliver the goods. So
I beg, hold on. We say that before someone gets the wrong idea. You say you take half off, or you receive half the payment first.
The down payment, the first down.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Restate that, bro.
Yeah,
they'll use it against you.
I collect a down payment, which is 50%. Yes. And then the remaining 50% gets sent to me after I've delivered the goods. So I received my half off, plus they booked me a hotel now. So you know I was living life. So
I remember.
Yeah, you remember. I was living life.
The next day we had the New York event.
Exactly. So I had to bang. So I do the event, I leave, I'm going to my hotel. Credit alert, the other 50% has entered. I haven't even delivered the goods. So I reply, I'm like, this one day are sending me money like that. I haven't paid. Send me the pictures. What if I don't deliver it now? It's like, yeah, I know, I trust your handwork. Blah, blah, blah. I said, okay, no, voila. You know, give me a week. You know, I was saying your stuff. That was midnight Sunday. Sunday night, I'm chilling. I'm seeing, I start seeing things. I'm seeing Carson is texting me like things are happening. I'm on my business. And I go on Instagram. I'm getting tagged in things. So I'm like, what the hell did I do? And then I was like, oh, he finally hit me. I was like, oh, yes. There was this one event that the plaintiff and the defendant were there, and I took their picture. And apparently, that makes me a bad person.
It's crazy. Ellie, why are you laughing?
So the fact that I was hired to work this event, and the defendant and the plaintiff were there, makes me a bad person. Make it make sense.
Wait, the defendant and plaintiff were there at that event?
Yes, and they were wearing matching clothes. And I took their picture because, you know, as photographers, you have to snap everybody, make sure that everybody. You know,
wait, I thought they were at a previous event from like a month before or something.
I don't know that one. I don't know that one. All I know is that we were at that same place at the same time, and I was a photographer, and they were guests at the event, and I was called to come and take their picture by the defendant.
Wonderful.
And apparently, that makes me a bad person. That's how I caught stray bullets on social media. Yes. And that day I was very pleased. I was contemplating retiring from photography. And that's how the following event that I saw some other couple. I had to ask permission to take their picture because I don't want to be catching more bullets.
Where? And then just by asking that question, now you expose them. Wonderful. Hi. Yeah. Man, life is not easy, eh?
At all.
Life is not easy. Nelly, what would you have done?
In terms of,
if you caught a stray bullet, would you have retired or retaliated?
That's not my problem. Wow, like why would I even accept those bullets? It's not concern me.
As if bullets will stop because you denied them.
It will not lay it on me because there's nothing that, morally speaking, there's nothing that he did wrong. He was doing his job that he was being paid for.
Not according to the public eye, apparently. Don't know what. Man.
Yeah, good times.
Yeah, suffer there. But nah, shout out to the defendant though, because like honestly, I honestly do think that no matter what he did, whether it's true, whether it's not true, he ain't deserve that, man. Whether he did it or not, I don't know. That's not up to me. But to be flogged like that publicly, yeah, the crime did not the punishment did not fit the crime. Yeah. Hopefully.
Well, I mean, I think that's how everything is in this day and age, right? People don't want to sit down and talk face to face instead of issues. They want to, involve the whole world. But and to each his own. It's not what I would have done, but if that's the best way to go about doing things, by all means, proceed.
Yeah. And hopefully Auntie heals too, man. Honestly, hopefully, she's doing better. She's doing well. And yeah, man, shoot. But all I would say is, regardless of all this, and I know it sucks, but boy, it was funny. Like, let's go, guys. Yo, when I tell you, bro, I was not on social media, but I would just be getting ting screenshot, and I'm just laughing. I said, hey, and it's just like, guys, I wish you all the best, but it was better than primetime TV, bro. Like, Nollywood had nothing on this.
I feel like one of these days, Nelly, let's sit down and put the script together. We have to write the movie for Netflix.
Honestly,
because
that was good. That was good.
Prime time.
That was good.
We titled it "The Chronicles of Social Media." Yes.
And you know what's even funny? Because people have not heard the defendant side. He can write a book.
Mm-hmm.
No, saw the rights to
Survivor
Netflix.
of the Fittest.
Oh man, if you know, you know, man.
you know.
Oh man, this was good, man.
You can try to eat bimbin kanat and toto. Yo.
But yes,
and then semicolon, survival of the fittest. Oh man.
May I ask a question?
Yeah, please.
No, speaking of social media, because since we are coming to social media, how would you guys have handled it different if you guys were in the, let's say, the defendant's shoes?
I wouldn't have said anything at all. I kept my mouth shut the entire time. I wouldn't have said any single thing to anyone at all. I would just sat through it.
Yeah.
Just like right now, right? I don't think people even talk about it anymore. Everyone has moved on with their life, right?
Yeah.
So I would just, because at that moment when things are happening, you feel like you want to talk. Don't. Just shut up.
Because nothing you say is going to help you.
Yeah, just adding more kerosene to the fire.
Yeah. But I know how I would have felt. Shit. I would have known you made a lifelong enemy.
It's like an addiction, if you may say.
No. I'm saying, like, if that happened to me, that person made a lifelong enemy. And when I say lifelong, if I live for 100 more years, lifelong, bro, like lifelong enemy.
So there's no reconciliation.
There is none until you get the exact same treatment that I got. There is none.
There could have been
you
one.
Know how I feel. That's it.
Yeah, there could have been reconciliation if they said, okay, let's sit down and talk, right? But that route kind of nullifies everything else.
Yeah, that's it, bro. Like oh man, bro, because thousands.
That is bad. But do you see that
thousands saw it?
It's okay. But my thing is, people are quick to get a move on. You get what I mean? It's the thing.
Nah, I no, they're not. No, they're not. it might slip their mind. It might not be at the forefront,
Forgive,
but they remember.
but never forget.
Yeah, they remember, bro. Like, even the public, no matter what happens, even if you don't think about it for 10 years, you see that man, that's the first thought that's going to pop up. Oh, that's it. And then even in rooms that he hasn't been in, there's already a first impression that he doesn't get to make every single time. And that's something you've taken away from him for the rest of his life. So why should I ever forgive you for that? Now, again, and if we're saying the accusations that were made, right, whether true or not, I don't know. I don't care to know. Let's say it was true. That's also something that she has to come to terms with if she wants to forgive him for that or not. And that's her decision. But again, apples and oranges. Just because he did that does not mean you should do that. But I can't sit here and blame her for reacting the way she did because I don't know how she felt. But I know how I would feel if someone did that to me.
Mm-hmm.
And boy, lifelong enemy.
So what's the underlying issue? So looking at the trend of what's happening nowadays, do you think that there's an underlying issue when it comes to the Gen Z/millennial ways of resolving conflict, just having conversation, like communication, like because I feel like this is a problem that if it's not addressed, it will become a generational thing. Because nowadays, somebody pissed them or ticks them off, it's on social media and it's becoming more recent. Some people do put subliminal messages, but they still post it out there.
I disagree. I think it's always been there. I just think it's coming in different fashions, right? Because before, if you think about it, like 10, 15 years ago, it was World Star. Everything was on World Star, every single thing continuously. But before World Star was YouTube. After YouTube, World Star, then World Star left. YouTube came back. Then after that, it moved to Facebook, or it was always on Facebook. Moved to Instagram, Twitter. Twitter carried that for a while, and then TikTok now, and then now it's Twitch and other things. So just like it's always been there in different manners, right? Before our generation, it was always there. Like crazy is crazy. I just think we're just exposed to it now because we can see it more because technology just brings it at our fingertips. But even with that, I do think it might have increased again because now the exposure is as much. But if we're talking percentages, I think it's probably about the same. And I just think it's just been going on.
Mm-hmm. What advice would you give to anybody who's going through a situation where they feel like if they cannot express it, they might explode? Like, what's another leeway that you can, I don't know, advise them to take in like such a situation like that?
I can't advise anybody on how to control their feelings. I'll be honest, because I'm not perfect, and I don't always keep it together.
Tips and things that can be done.
For me, it's to walk away.
Yeah, I mean, we all handle things like this differently, right? So it's difficult to advise someone on how to respond to things, right? Because what worked for you wouldn't work for them, right? So they just have to kind of figure it out themselves, right? And obviously, you do one thing, it doesn't work, try another thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, because that situation, like honestly, when you sat down and you thought about the repercussion of it, it was actually painful to watch. Not only for the person exposing the person, but the woman doing the exposing, because it had negative impact overall for her too as a woman. You get what I mean? So I'm just like, yeah, maybe for 5 minute gratification, you could have or you might have just ruined your future.
Yeah, yes and no though, because again,
I don't know. I'm just
like
saying,
I said, we can't blame someone for how they react
not
because
blaming.
you don't know how it affected them. And I'm not saying blaming them. It's also like saying that her doing some of that stuff, right? The repercussions and stuff like that. We don't know how doing that made her feel after. If it made her feel better to the point where her mental health was, elevated because of that, then hey, it was worth it. Despite any other things any other doors that might have closed for her in the future. But if that wasn't the case, then hey, I guess it wasn't worth it, right? And she'll learn from it. But again, how that act that she thought happened to her, whether it's true or whether it's not true, how that made her feel, that's something that only she would possibly know, because she's the one that knows all the details, right, from what she found out exactly what happened and what didn't happen. So we can at least speak with, like, by speculating, basically.
Oh yeah, definitely speculating, because we don't know the entire story. We don't know the entire story at all. Maybe everything we saw online is probably like maybe 2% of the actual story. So we can't sit here and act like we know everything and then start judging people based on what we saw, right? So essentially the defendant and the plaintiff, they're the ones that they're the ones that know everything, and it's up to them to kind of forge a path forward if they want to have a path forward, or everything is done from there.
Yeah. But I thank him for the entertainment. To say the least.
No.
I definitely do, because boy, I was entertained for a few days.
I don't know what you guys are talking about, so there's not
Bruh, the comments, oh my goodness. Man.
The Lord has done it finally. Finally.
This was fun.
Yeah, Nelly. Thank you for coming back. This is 2 episodes. I don't think we've ever had a guest be on back-to-back episodes.
Yeah.
So yeah. So thank you for chatting with us. We do appreciate you coming here on Now You Know podcast. And so shout out to you, shout out to Chef Carr, and shout out to anyone who is an entrepreneur making a big difference in their life, impacting anyone they see on their way. Keep doing what you're doing, and definitely wish you the best. Until next time, this is your boy Bell. Peace out.
Yalla.